Took that necklace in. Showing off a shirt that one of the fans sent. Don't demonetize me for this one, YouTube, but they're censored. Okay. What's up, you crazy bastards? So I look at my fridge and I had one. All right. So, you're a catch. So why are you single? Pop culture. Oh, boy. Here we go. Seems how I didn't want to do the thing last night. We'll do it here and now. And this time I'll be a little bit nicer. Some of you might be like, oh, the lack of age girlfriend is making you an asshole. I'm like, no. No, that's a scapegoat. We gotta quit blaming women for everything. That's not fair. Oh, like the lack of companionship is making Cobra an asshole. I'm like, no. It's society's bullshit making me an asshole. And I choose to save that side for dealing with my trolls and just telling it like it is, you know? So we get some of our 16-ouncer bag out of pop tobacco. What's up, Richie? Right? We got a Angry Orchard hard cider. I like Red's Apple as ale. They're pretty good. But if I had a choice between Red's Apple Ale and Angry Orchard, I go with this one. Even though they're both pretty good. I don't know, the can's cool looking and got this grumpy looking tree. He's like, hey, what are you doing? Kind of looks like the tree from the Wizard of Oz. Hey, why are you trying to pick my apples, asshole? That's why the orchard's angry, because, and if you have to ask if this stuff is considered vegan, yes. Because it contains no animal product, just sugars. That's the biggest Angry Orchard I've ever seen. Yeah, you can get these in a 6-pack around town if you know where to go. I'd get me some laundry money. Be doing laundry after a bit. And, yeah. That is a big old can of Angry Orchard. Big ass can. So I managed to save one from last night. Been making that money. I appreciate that. You're a catch. So why are you single? Pop culture. Terrence Pop. We're just tuning in. We got ourselves a Mountain Dew and we got ourselves an Angry Orchard. I got a copper cup that just happens to have the Hogwarts crest on it. And I'm going to pour us a drink combo. Let's see what Angry Orchard and Mountain Dew taste like. No idea how it's going to taste, but we're about to find out. Yeah. Now, before I get started into this video, I'm not here to pick on anyone or anything. I get tired of seeing both sides basically bitch about the same thing and then nothing's getting done to be fixing it. Now, here's the thing of it. Valentine's Day is coming up. Get yourself some tactical soap. Using coupon code King Cobra, you'll get 15% off your next order. And I guarantee you'll smell good for your lady friend or the ladies on Valentine's Day. Yes, sir. This is the only one I have, which is just fine with me. Cheers. So report Angry Orchard into half a cup of Mountain Dew. I wonder how it'll do, he says. Fuck incels. We'll get into incels with this video because I feel like there's a couple things because of what a thing I like to call gender-based stereotypes. Gender-based stereotypes are half the reason why we have incels and half the reason why we have crazy feminazis. The other half is because women and men are dicks to each other, regrettably. Exactly, punk rock fucking sells. I made a really disgusting joke about incels and Idiot Rogers, as I like to call him, because he was an idiot. Sitting there throwing the biggest bitch fit because he can't get laid. I'm like, dude, if you're driving around in sports cars and you can't get some pussy, that's on you, bro. I've had chicks check me out riding my bike, to tell you the truth. So some guys got it, some guys don't. But hey, if Idiot Rogers hadn't pulled that mass shooting and he'd waited patiently, that blonde YouTuber that wears a shirt of him, that would have been his future girlfriend. That would have been all his, and he would have been so happy. But he got impatient and whiny. And this is a point where a lot of the hypocrisy comes into play. If men whine because they're not getting laid, we get called incels. But if women whine because they haven't had a guy in so long, they get told, don't worry, honey, you'll find yourself a man. Prince Charming is out there. You said you weren't going to be an asshole about it. Ew. That drink combination is tasty. It tastes like, it made the Angry Orchard taste like a green apple with a hint of citrus. Like a green sour apple. Comment below, would you drink Angry Orchard if they made, not a sponsor, if they made a sour green apple version? I would. You're a catch, so why are you single? So there's this chick who wrote an article for other chicks. You know how that goes down, right? And you'll recognize the tone of it when we start reading it. And if we're going to improve gender relations, we need to share each other's perspectives without being a right asshole about it. you don't mean to eavesdrop, but if you're at a bar on a Friday night and there's 4 chicks up on the table next to you getting white girl wasted, and all of them are bitching about men, the the more they drink, the louder they get. You know the type. And rather than get offended, YouTube, and be like, excuse me, ladies, not all men are like that. You don't know what they've been through as a man, so you know what you say to yourself. Listen, see what they have to say. Tried to do this live stream last night, and the internet decided to crap out on me. Like, what the fuck? And it was frustrating, but there was no sense in getting worked up over it. Just trying again later.
What's up, you strong, independent, stinky fish in the sea? Terrence Pop here, Redonkulous.com. And returning from my holiday, stuffing stockings of Silverton, South Dakota prostitutes with sensational slits, I'm Toxic Male. Bad Pop showed up today because Good Pop, he caught himself the coop and he does not do the laundry when he's sick. As a result, this shirt smells of lube and bad decisions. Kind of reminds me of your mother. Screw pots. But today we're going to talk about the 12 reasons why you're still single, even though...
Okay, 12 reasons why you're single, even though you're a catch. Bold archive.
You're a catch. By Miss, not Mrs. Amanda Chattel. So
Amanda Chattel is a woman who wrote this article, 12 Reasons Why You're Single. At this point, are we even shocked that a woman is writing an article? Like, no, we're not. I'm not trying to be sexist, but there are men out there who do this crap too, to be fair. I mean, what would you call what I do? Sitting here on YouTube with some Angry Orchard and a splash of Mountain Dew, bitching about gender relations. You know, the bigger reason is why a lot of people are single is because of the problems we have with gender relations, man. Now, growing up as a kid, they would tell you things like, as a boy, oh, watch out, that guy throws like a girl, and, you know, sexist comments like that. I grew up in a generation that said crap like that. And now that no longer happens. If you say that, oh boy, you piss a lot of people off. And I agree that talk shouldn't be tolerated because there are plenty of very talented female athletes who were born female. I mean, what would you say if the woman was bigger than the man and then pretended to be trans just to dominate men's sports because she secretly hated men? And if you called her out on the bigotry, they call you a bigot. You'd be pissed too, wouldn't you? The biggest complaint I've heard from women is I'm tired of men dominating everything. That might be a tad bit too far, but...
Pour yourself a menagerie, dudes. Sit down with me and let's solve this mystery together.
This new $69 powerful heater can take you from freezing cold to warm and cozy.
Yeah.
You're awesome, but you're single. What are you doing wrong?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Absolutely.
So you're awesome, but you're single. What are you doing wrong? Absolutely nothing. Here are 12 reasons you're single, even though you're a catch. Right off the bat. This, wow. First of all, you cannot completely guilt-free yourself. The thing about the dating scene is it's a contribute from both sides. It's not all just men being assholes. It's not all just women being assholes. It's a collective from both sides. And a Valentine's Day being right around the corner. If you don't have someone on Valentine's Day, then pamper yourself instead of being pressured to pamper someone else. As you get to that point in your life where you realize how many Valentine's days you've spent alone, but if you're on your fucking deathbed, you realize at that point it just don't matter anymore. You're awesome, but you're single. What are you doing wrong? Absolutely nothing. Here are 12 reasons you're single, even though you're a catch.
Nothing.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I completely agree with you. Ride that roller coaster all the way in to the scene of the crash. It'll be exhilarating and totally worth it in the end. I pinky promise.
Here are 12 reasons you're single, even though you're a catch.
Are we ready on the right? Ready on the left? Ready in the middle?
Nah.
Put your selector switches on semi and watch your lane.
Number 1, you don't believe in settling.
Me either. You.
Women are tricky on that. The number one, you don't believe in settling. That's why you're single. Right. Because when men do this crap, we get told we have commitment issues. Did I go too far with that, or is that accurate? If you find a good woman that you've been with for at least 4 months and she starts pressuring you to marry her, like, let's give it at least 4 years. Like, Jesus Christ. Fuck. I know you want to suck my bank account dry, but let's see how it goes first. Just kidding. Kidding. If a guy says things like, I'm just not into settling, he gets told, you have commitment issues. So how should it be any different for the ladies in that respect? With all due respect, of course.
You should never settle, no matter what. I, I don't care if you have a list of 300 non negotiable traits. Don't you ever settle. Because if you.
Yep, I completely agree. You should never settle when it comes to the dating scene. I get told as someone with autism that my standards are too high and that I should lower my standards. And I say, bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If women are allowed to have standards, then men should be allowed to have standards too. That's called gender equality. As long as you're not a dick about it, man. And if you get rejected because someone's standards are too high, that's their loss, not yours. This is why I don't get mad. If women reject me, that's their loss, not mine. I'm a YouTube celebrity. You know what I'm saying? The guitar playing I did on my last live stream was really getting people watching going, since when can Cobra play guitar? Damn. It's not fair. He's got more subscribers and he's gotten better at playing the guitar. Angry Orchard is for 21 and up.
You settle, you lose. And you don't sound like a loser to me. You're a catch. Even if you look like the reanimated corpse of B. Arthur after a lifelong diet of McDonald's and water-based lubricant. Ugh, you're a queen. And no one is good enough for you until you say so. And it doesn't matter how long you have to wait. You have plenty of time. Even if you don't meet that guy until he's administering the morphine drip that'll send you into the next world. It'll be worth the wait. I promise. And you know me, I would never lie to you.
You know what type of people.
So the article goes on to continue. You know what type of people settle? The ones who think they're running out of time to find something real, and those who think true love isn't in the cards for them. However, that's not the case for you. You know he's out there or she's out there, whatever, and you're not settling for anything less. To be fair, this is a pressure that a lot of people feel from both sexes. Both women and men feel pressured to find someone, and they just this idea that it's all supposed to start going downhill from your 30s. Well, I call bullshit. This idea that you're about to be 30, you're supposed to have accomplished something great. I became a YouTube celebrity by the time I turned 30. That's pretty cool, I guess. I'm not complaining on that. Nope. And, I rule these trolls' lives. Even when I don't go live, they'd be so lost without me. You better not go live. Still recording. Good.
Will settle?
Suckers of Kiyaka. Space Ghost.
The ones who think they're running out of time to find something real, and those who think true love isn't in the cards for them.
If you think true love is not in the cards for you, man, you don't honestly fucking know because you haven't lived your life yet. It's the fucking truth, dude. I was one of those people that thought I'd never find my first girlfriend. I was approaching my 20s, and it happened when I least expected it. So, good things come to those who wait patiently enough, as they say.
Preach, sister. You have all the time in the world to find that special someone. And when you do, make sure you bring a quality gift to his wedding. Even if it's a Home Depot gift card, because it's the thought that counts.
And if you're going to bring the wedding couple wedding presents, don't get them dishes, because chances are when she gets pissed off, she may end up throwing all of them at your dumbass because you pissed her off. And all you're going to hear is shit that breaks against the wall. Like, honey, the Stevensons bought us those plates. Ow, fuck, those are really nice plates. Why? Can we just talk about this rationally like adults? I mean, why are you throwing plates at me? And could you imagine for a second if men just started throwing plates at their women because they were pissed at them? It wouldn't go over so well, would it? Or they just grab the pot or pan from the kitchen cabinet and we're like, they'd be charged with domestic abuse so quickly it's not even funny. But if women start acting like that, it's, she's having a little tiff, just let her calm down, man. She'll run out of steam eventually. And to some degree, women, you don't run out of steam, do you? Nope. Your best frenemy you had in high school wore the same dress as you to prom and looked better in it than you did, and you still haven't forgiven her for it. She's pissed off because she thinks you copied her. It's dumb shit like that, and you're just like, but you two are in your late 30s, and you're still fighting about that. Why?
Right?
However, that's not the case for you. You know he's out there, and you're not settling for anything less.
I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. Let's do it.
Number 2, you're waiting to meet someone worthy of your awesomeness.
Amen to that. Cheers. If 300-pound brimalos can find dudes to feed them pancake batter out of a pitcher, I am certain that
Oh, boy. Yikes, you too. Number 3, you're waiting for someone worthy of your awesomeness. There's nothing wrong with having positive self-worth on the dating scene. But there's a fine line between confidence and narcissism. And there's a chick who drinks pancake batter through a beer funnel. That can't be healthy, but she found a way to make it work. She found a man who's willing to help her with that, and this chick standing next to her is just like, dude, no fucking way. Which goes to show you, if you think you're too fat, you can't find someone, it's an excuse. There's someone out there who will love you for you no matter what you look like. You know, both sides are going to encounter the jerks who have higher standards. You can't change that.
Amanda could find someone that's into cauliflower crotch. Just because I'm into voluptuous Latin women with 15-mile-an-hour front and back bumpers, bam! And that doesn't mean there's not a market for androgynous, self-important ditch pigs. There has to be. Otherwise, the Irish
Don't, and this is where I was like, why the fuck did he have to take it there, Terrence Pava?
would have died off years ago, Screen 5.
No.
You're amazing, so why would you even bother
There's no reason to be a racist fuck about it. I mean, okay, well, that's how Terrence Pop feels, I guess. And probably another one, so watch out. You're amazing, so why would you even bother being with someone who doesn't equal you in that? I mean, seriously, it'll totally be worth the wait. Don't make me barf. That is the biggest crock of crap. Then again, you never know what's in store, right? But exactly, going back to what I was saying earlier, having that self-worth and knowing what you're worth in the dating scene. Excuse me. Knowing that self-worth is important. This is why women get suckered into relationships. This is why women and men will get suckered into relationships that are bad for them. It's because they fail to see how amazing they really are as people, and their good qualities are then masked by the person they've become. You ever notice that when you date shitty people, you turn into a shitty person? Am I the only one who sees this? And you can see it beautifully reflected in the South Park episodes when Cartman was dating Heidi. Exactly my point. Heidi became a fat bitch who mimicked Cartman, but she was like a female version of Cartman, and it was scary.
being with someone who doesn't equal you in that?
I mean, you find the one person that thinks you're awesome, you think they're awesome, and it works. You know, to some degree, yes. That kind of thing takes a long ass time to get to. And it is worth the wait, and it doesn't change the outcome in the end anyways, man. So what's the point of fussing about it?
I mean, seriously, it'll totally be worth the wait.
Absolutely. It's not like this is some sick, twisted head game with ever-changing goalposts. It's not like our perspectives and values change with age and experience or anything. Even when your standards and goals change every day, kind of like your gender. That perfect dude, whether you met him or not, is going to change right along with you. He'll be just out of reach, waiting for that fairy tale moment when you finally meet. And that moment is going to be a beautiful thing. I just can't wait to see it. Everyone in the rest home, if they can stand up, will rise to the feet and slow clap your love. Because it was meant to be, if you know what I mean. So beautiful.
Number 3, the best.
And then we get, of course, she's sponsored by some dating coach bullshit website. Sponsored, the best dating relationships advice on the web, she writes. Check out Relationship Hero, a site where highly trained relationship coaches get you to get their situation, or get you to get your situation and help you accomplish what you want. They help you through complicated and difficult love situations like deciphering mixed signals, getting over a breakup, or anything else you're worried about. You immediately connect with an awesome coach or text over the phone in minutes. Just click here. You know, it's a funny movie, Lars and the Real Girl. I laughed my shit off thinking about that. That's a funny ass fuck movie. The whole goddamn movie is funny as shit. But not nearly as funny as breakups. Breakups are fucking hilarious. Because watching someone else break up or watching yourself break up, you learn what works and what doesn't work on the dating scene. And laughing about it, I suppose, is a lot better than getting upset by it.
Dating and relationships advice on the web. Sponsored.
What? Really? Where do I sign up? I can't wait.
If you're reading this, check out Relationship Hero, a site where highly trained relationship coaches get your situation, and help you accomplish what you want.
You must be talking about redonkulous.com/donate. I need the money. If you guys feel like supporting this channel and help us fight censorship, links in the description.
Number 4, you don't need a man to validate your existence.
Of course not. All you really need is the menorah of sausage. You know, that 8 crazy one-night stands to help.
Number 4, you don't need a man to validate your existence. And you're right. You're absolutely right. But that's true for both genders, man. The relationship does not validate you as the person. This is true for both women and men. If you're on the dating scene, trying to get you some, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That relationship does not validate you.
You forget your trouble, Screen 5. And you'll need websites like Bold to help reinforce your decisions. You know, the ones that keep you single and happy. After all, men are the problem, and women, they're the prize. I don't care.
Yeah, there is that attitude that says men are the problem and women are the prize. No, the prize is that relationship you can have with the other person. And women are not the problem. Men are not the problem. The problem is double standards and sexism and how gender relations are kind of just out of whack because of all the bullshit in our society. And to truly understand each other's perspective, it helps when women speak out for men's rights and share their perspective, and men speak out for women's rights and share their perspective. All of a sudden, we start seeing a gradual improvement.
How much skee ball you played, you only get to pick from one of the 3 containers under the counter. That's it.
You might think it'd be nice to have a partner in crime sometimes, but you certainly don't spend all your time.
You might think it'd be nice to have a partner in crime sometimes, but you certainly don't spend all your time pinning after a person, and you don't need to feel bad about it either. Instead, you live your life and don't let it revolve around finding someone. Exactly. Exactly. It'd be nice to have an of-age girlfriend, but you don't spend your entire life depressed about it all the time. It's not productive. You got to get out there and do shit, man.
Pining after a guy, and you don't feel bad about it either. Instead, you live your life and don't let it revolve around finding someone.
Hey, Blake, what? Where the hell did that term pining come from? It's weird.
Well, apparently it comes from an Old English word, pinium, which means torment.
But that's not you. You certainly are not the masochistic type. You're a strong, empowered woman who don't need a man. You know, it would be nice to have someone to pay the bills and hold you at night, especially when you're lonely. Massage your back and occasionally your tonsils, if you know what I mean. Hand out schmorganisms like Christmas presents, but only on Christmas or his birthday. If he's nice and cooks you dinner along with your friends. He can also protect you from reality and investigate those suspicious noises in the middle of the night.
You know, and what's wrong with having your man do things for you like that, ladies? It's kind of unfair to expect her to do everything and you nothing. That's not how relationships are supposed to work. Angry Orchard cider is pretty good. Not a sponsor. No, and that's just it. If women are relying on men to pay for everything and then say they don't need a man in their life, they're full of shit. That's why if you're in a relationship, you split the bills and you split the chores. You know, it's 50-50.
While you wait safely behind the locked door because, he's expendable and everything.
And that's where the problem lies is society has, even though men have had more privilege in society on a lot of things, men get treated like we're expendable. It's not to say that women don't get treated that way too, because they do. It just depends on the situation.
And he can take care of your kids during your girls' night out. The three girls named Tyrone, Chad, and Pablo. Potato, they all identified as a woman. Well, at least on that night. Those things are nice, but let's be honest, they're completely overrated. Who's got time for stability, security, and emotional support all on someone else's dime? Silly rabbits, tricks are for kids. Screen 5. You got all the time in the world to play the long game because
Well, and here's the thing of it. If you want to spend your time and your money supporting someone else's emotional support and you love them enough, you'll make it work. But at the end of the day, when it comes to emotional support, that could be stronger than any amount of sex you give your partner. And you don't need a marriage counselor unless you start trying to drag your friends into it. Yeah.
you're going to outlive us anyway. And when you're ready for a man and a family, it will always be the perfect time. And it won't matter to Mr. Right that your only viable eggs are in some freezer somewhere. I promise.
Why does everybody always think I'm being sarcastic? This is great news.
Number 5, you're too busy living your life.
A lot of the things that she writes in this article, if a man had written this crap, he would be told he's a sexist, misogynistic pig, and he has commitment issues. Because number 5, you're too busy living your life. The bigger problem is men are not only treated as expendable, but men have not fully realized their purpose, man. Beyond the Mr. Fix-Its, fix the roof, fix this, fix that. The sink's clogged, so automatically your woman expects you to fix it, that kind of thing. Oh, hey, babe, there's a spider in here. Could you come swat it? Well, if you live in Wyoming, hey, babe, there's a rattlesnake in the backyard. Could you come catch it? Call animal control something. You call animal control and a female shows up to pick the rattlesnake out of your yard, and your wife's just looking at you like, and you're like, well, okay, you want me to get bit? You told me to get rid of it. I got rid of it. Like, what want me to do? I can't just shoot my gun off in city limits. It would have fucking ticketed my ass. Come on. Okay, you want to deal with the fucking snake next time? Okay, are you really gonna have a fight about the rattlesnake in the goddamn backyard? Oh, for fuck's sake.
I know, right? There's only so many hours in the day, and you need at least 6 to swipe left, huh?
You have trips to take, people to meet, projects to tackle, and you have a
Trips to take, people to meet, projects to tackle, and you have a goal to go to 30 countries before you turn 30. Jesus Christ. This is the kind of crap that pisses me off right here is, oh, you're approaching 30, life is over. Fuck off, dude. That's a fucking mindset. Your life has just begun. You know what I'm saying? At best, you probably got another 30 to 40, 50 plus years left. So you're just touching the tip of the iceberg at that point. You know how many people out there that are still going, well, aren't you a lucky little shit? I wish I was still 30. They look at you like, you know what I'm saying? And so age really is only a state of mind, YouTube. It really is. I tell you what, though, I'm going to have my damn dream house built before I'm 40. Believe that. Watch.
goal to go to 30 countries before you turn 30. Your schedule is pretty damn packed.
Your schedule isn't the only thing getting packed, huh? Screen five. Your phone.
That is raunchy, bro, but funny as fuck. You cannot. Yeah, your schedule's not the only thing getting packed. Ha! Screen 5. Bloody hell. That's fucking funny shit. Still recording. Most excellent.
Is ringing off the hook, full of men just waiting to show you how awesome you are in 7 to 10 minute stretches. But all of them have left an impression on you by adding to your profile. By that I mean your genetic profile, not the one you have on Tinder. Have you ever heard of the chimera effect? Look it up. Oh, after all,
Unfortunately, that's dating for both genders. The people you date will have a lasting impact on you for the rest of your life. Whether you like it or not. I was trying to make this video last night and the internet crapped on me, but this time it's doing pretty good so far. So that's what's up.
Just because you're not in a relationship doesn't mean you should live like a nun. You shouldn't. You're a wage gap enthusiast, and you should work, party, and screw just like a top tier dude.
I mean, yeah, just because you're single doesn't mean you have to fuck as many people as you want, casual free. And just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean you have to fuck all the time. But yeah, exactly. At the same time, just because you're single doesn't mean you have to live like a nun. I completely agree with that.
But, without those pesky things called consequences, right? That kind of shit is for suckers who believe in equality of opportunity. Fuck that noise. Equity is. That's where it's at, right?
Equality of opportunity works, but sometimes people are given opportunity because of how they grew up or because of racial privilege, etc. So sometimes quality of opportunity doesn't quite work.
Dear Canada, you.
Number 6, you're focused on your career.
Absolutely. Yup.
Nothing wrong with being focused on your career, man.
Your career is everything. The rest of your life, well, that's a distant second, just like it should be.
It may sound like some sort of cop-out or cliche, but what woman isn't focused on her career to some degree? You love what you do and you're good at it. That's worth being proud of, for sure.
You should be proud, unquestionably. You know that finish line where the 6 foot alpha is, along with the 2.5 kids? That'll always be waiting for you when you're ready. I mean, yeah, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, but that kind of talk is heteronormativity, and I don't want any of that because of reasons and current year. Am I right? I'm right here with you, Amanda. I'm looking right over your shoulder. I see the finish line, and, it's boring. Please do us all a favor. Keep doing what you're doing and take this.
A series of unfortunate events led this woman into bankruptcy at age 23 by Amanda Chattel, May 30th, 2012. Yeah, you can make some really shitty decisions in your 20s, man. You gotta be careful.
Scenic route. Go for that jog, through the forest of hardwood. Go bang some nymphs and some garden trolls. Hell, even some dark orcs can work their way in there. Oh, it just got dark in here. No one is going to judge you because only you know your journey and your truth, right? It might take you 10 years and 5 schmorschmans to finish the race, but that's just fine because around here, we're all winners.
Sounds crazy when you put it like that.
Number 7, you've got great friends to distract you from romance.
You see number 7, and you're just like, you start to realize this was definitely an article written by a chick for chicks. Number 7, you've got great friends to distract you from romance. Hey, how's that working out for you, ladies? Especially when your friend just got married to the best man she's ever met, and the dude's got money, giving her the life you wish you had. Instead of being humble about it, of course she's going to rub it in your face because she's a smug little bitch, and women are catty like that towards each other. Oh yeah, but you've got great friends to distract you from romance. Right. Well, what if your friends are fighting with their other half, and you're trying to forget about romance, but they keep bringing it up because they're having relationship issues.
Now, I'm not saying this is me or anything, but some people might get foolish here and read between the lines and focus on that one word, distract. We're not going to do that here, I promise. After all, women are known for being calm, logical, emotionless creatures.
Don't be an ass. God damn it. Yeah, because after all, no, dude, come on. Women have been known to be a little psychotic, but men are psychotic too, man.
Completely unafraid of confrontation and self-reflection. And drama? That's the last thing they want in their lives. Come on.
Okay, now he's just being sarcastic. Jeez. The fact that women crave drama is just like that stereotype that all men want is sex. Okay.
Only those crazy cat ladies and unhappy married women watch Grey's Anatomy and those soap operas and such.
Once you get a boyfriend, the time you spend with your friends is immediately cut in half. Boyfriends are great enough.
Once you get a significant other half, the time you spend with your friends is immediately cut in half. Other halves are great and all, but friends are the whole other level of great. I kind of agree with that. When you're hanging out with your friends, there's less pressure than when you're dating them. But it gets especially awkward if you and your guy buddies are playing Dungeons and Dragons, you're gaming out on a Friday playing some Call of Duty, and then all of a sudden Sheldon meets the video game hot nerdy gamer chick of his dreams, and they fall madly in love with each other, and she's way the fuck out of his league, and all his guy friends are super fucking jealous. And ever since Sheldon got himself a girlfriend, he doesn't want to spend time with us anymore. I know, right? You're stupid. We don't have our grand dungeon key mastered anymore. Like, what the fuck? So Sheldon, trying to be a nice guy, is just like, hey, you know what? Do you have any gamer female friends that my guys could like hang out with? You know, just so they don't feel left out. And she says, sadly, she's only friends with guys because being friends with chicks can be a nightmare. She says, and you're going, well, shit. That kind of complicates things a little bit.
No, but friends are a whole other level of great.
That's absolutely correct. Any meaningful relationship means you are cutting out anyone who means anything to you. And if these people are your good friends, well, they'll totally understand. And
Yeah, that's just it. I agree. If they really are your friends, they'll understand that, hey, you have someone new in your life. And then you may not see as much of them. And they should be supportive.
They'll be waiting for you at the finish line of that relationship with a gallon of ice cream and some cold sangria. Especially if they're friends with benefits that you met on your girls' night out. Winning. I don't know about you, but I've never had one of those situationships go south on me. And if you have, well, you're obviously doing it wrong. Every good friendship begins with naked titty prints on the hood of a dusty car. I'm just saying. But I'm allowing my toxic masculinity to color my perspective, so I am going to check my privilege. Because obviously, true happiness is surrounding yourself with a bunch of people who think and act like you.
Oh, for the love of Lucifer, dude. Some of the chicks, like that one chick right there in the photo, you see her rocking that Daisy Duke pants and a little red and white top. Ridiculous. Well, guys do that crap too, to be fair. You surround yourself with people that you have stuff in common with. It makes for an easier friendship, honestly. You'll have stuff to talk about. Someone says, hey, did you see the new episode of Mandalorian? And your friend who's also into the newer Star Wars is like, yes. And you have something to talk about, as an example.
After all, growth is for plants and change is for pockets. And that is sexism because women always get shafted on pockets. Seriously, dudes, they do. And I did not believe this fact until my daughter showed me. But seriously, to the clothing manufacturers out there, unfuck yourselves. Everyone needs pockets. Why the hell do they think women don't need pockets? Everyone carries shit.
Number 8. Guys aren't as into commitment as they once were.
Well, to be fair, women do get screwed when it comes to their clothing. Quite often, women's clothes are more expensive due to the fact of the material they have to use to make it, etc., the time. And because there are some women who get poshy and they want to brag about how much money they spent on it. Like, oh, look at me. Yeah, there are some women who are like that. Number 8, guys aren't as into commitment as they once were. Gee, I wonder why. You know, when they say sorry doesn't cut it, women have been oppressed for centuries. All of a sudden, guys are like, hey, sorry, here's some rights. No, sorry's not going to cut it. They're pissed. And truth be told, sometimes people just don't know what they want. There are some women who totally say the exact opposite of what they want, and then they get pissed off because you don't communicate with them on their level. Just tell us what you want. And you'll find a lot of guys will be happy to oblige. Because if guys try to commit, it's not good enough. So we stop committing. Now, why can't you be more committed to the relationship? It's like,
I don't know about that. You just got to find the right guy, Amanda. Isn't that why you wrote this article in the first place? Maybe you should consider dating older, like 13 years older. I think an older, more distinguished man would appreciate a sexually experienced woman such as yourself. Mature men know the value of doing chores for shag tokens. Sure, his friends will joke about him being a cradle robber, and your friends will joke about his gray pubes. But he would never cheat on you with a woman who's 28 years younger than him, because remember, you're a catch. And even if he did, you just send him a bunch of horse crap in the mail.
what? So the ultimate revenge: scorned wife sends her cheating husband a box of horse feces after discovering he was having an affair with a woman less than half his age. Of course, if a woman does it, no one's going to question her. You go, girl. That guy was a piece of shit. So you send him shit on his doorstep. Haha, clever and funny. But if a guy did that crap because he found his wife doing it to the dude younger than him, they would be like, well, maybe if you went to the gym and worked out, you fat fuck, maybe you should find you more attractive. They'd say he was too immature and she dodged a bullet.
Proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are a bigger, more mature person, Screen 5.
I know, right? Horse shit is for aristocrats. Only an immature douchebag would send someone a Pringles can full of human shit.
That crosses way too many lines. Not that I know anything about that, but Space Ghost is on.
We live in a culture where
I gotta take a piss because, well, alcohol tends to go right through you, and one can is just enough. We live in a culture where hooking up seems to take precedence over serious relationships. While hooking up is fun and One night stands are a blast. It's hard to find commitment in a sea of men who just aren't into it. In this particular case, your singleness is totally out of your control. Yeah, here we go. Typical man blaming feminazi bullshit. It's hard to find commitment in a sea of men who just aren't into it. When women decide they want to hook up with men with no strings attached, they get slut shamed for it. If men do it, they get called players and studs, and that's horseshit. And because men are celebrated in culture for their sexual conquest, you know what I'm saying? Women are always going to hate men for that because of double standards and shit. In this particular case, your singleness is totally out of your control. I call bullshit on that. You could just say to yourself, you know what? You're going to save yourself for a healthy adult relationship with another adult that's consensual rather than just going out for one night stands and all that shit.
Hooking up seems to take precedence over serious relationships.
And that could apply to both genders if you think about it.
While hooking up is fun and one-night stands are a blast, it's hard to find commitment in a sea of men who just aren't into it.
Maybe somebody should invent a dating app where women.
New dating app Bumble forces women to make the first move. Well, you shouldn't have to force women to make the first move. It's just common sense. Like, oh, if you expect men to make the first move, that's kind of sexist. But then you get women who get pissed off when men dominate everything, but then turn around and when it comes to the dating scene, you expect men to make the first move. What?
Women are the only ones that can initiate hookups because that'll solve everything, right?
We don't actually want men to stop pursuing us. According to Eve magazine, women don't want men to stop pursuing them. Well, that's a blanket statement because it depends on how hot she thinks the man is. If the dude is like totally her fucking type and she has that look on her face like a dude looks at pizza when he gets it in the delivery, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're the dude that has the look she likes in guys and she's totally into it, she's going to be making herself more flirtatious. She'll puff out her chest more. You know, she'll be a bit more relaxed, or she might be act nervous around you. One of the things. You don't want us to stop pursuing you, but some guys go a bit too far with it. Just because women say things like they don't want men to stop pursuing them, doesn't mean they want you to be a complete fucking creep about it. You got to be smooth about it, man.
Don't you wish men were mature enough to separate people from their actions? After all, shenanigans and one-night stands, well, they don't point to somebody having a lack of self-control. These people, they're just embracing their sexuality. It's totally normal. All men throughout all of history have done this without any consequences, right? Except for those simps and incels, you know, they're kind of pathetic, right? They live in their mother's basement, embracing their sexuality. It's totally normal. All men throughout all of history have done this without any consequences, right? Except for
Incel, the online cult for sad, sexless young men. is terrorism by any other name. Okay, the fact that they're sexless and automatically that makes them sad, that's the problem right there. I want to bust out some Camel snooze pouch action, baby. Grab my trusty knife. They have this new container that makes it impossible to open because they don't want certain people getting into it, I guess. Put that one back in there. That one fell out. There you go. Camel snooze mellow patches. Not for people under the age of 21. We also got some McTristol's snuff. Ugh. One could argue that feminazi, the sad online cult of pissed off feminist women types who can't get good dick in their lives, so they take it out on the rest of the world. Oh, this is tobacco you snort. Oh. Oh, fucking hell, it burns. Ooh, having some Patreon videos made for YouTube after a bit. Oh. And the McTristol's makes good snuff, in my opinion. Not a sponsor. Ugh.
Those Simpson incels, they're kind of pathetic, right? They live in their mother's basement, and they really couldn't please a woman anyway, and I'm betting they're probably gay. In case you haven't noticed, dudes, orgasm and sarcasm, well, they kind of rhyme.
No, that's what gets me about incel culture is you would lose your shit if women were incels to men. Which, I mean, you got 7 million women on TikTok, hashtag kill all men. Now, if that's the kind of shit that pisses you off, then why, YouTube? Then why, YouTube? Why would you do that? You know, it just doesn't make any damn sense. You bitch about the problem that the other side's contributing to your argument, yet you do the exact same thing. You know, women are sick and tired of incels, but you got 7 million women on TikTok all screaming hashtag kill all men. If 7 million incels went on TikTok doing that shit, that shit would not fly. Are you fucking kidding me?
In this particular case, your singleness is totally out of your control.
Absolutely.
Sometimes the singleness is out of your control. Maybe it's just you as the person, the people you're trying to date, or the whole damn scene in general.
You are not responsible for your situation at all. And it's totally unfair that men refuse to take the blame for your decisions.
Terrence Pop can be an asshole, but he makes a fair point, sarcastically saying it's totally unfair that men are not taking the responsibility for some woman's shitty decisions. Right, because if men did that crap, we would be told, hey, you pussy, man up and accept responsibility for your shitty mistakes. Making women take the blame for it's kind of bullshit. But, and to quote Terrence Pop, when women seem to do it, it's just accepted and tolerated to some degree. But you're an asshole and a sexist, man, chauvinistic male pig if you call out the hypocrisy and double standards. Yep.
Because as long as we're living in a patriarchy, you need to smash that while you're getting smashed. Not to be confused with getting trash compacted in the parking lot behind the dumb dumpster.
Number 9, your confidence is really intimidating.
No. This is well, I mean, it depends, dude, because if you're a narcissistic piece of shit, no one finds your confidence intimidating. But if you're like me and you have the confidence to be yourself and not give a fuck what anyone thinks without being a narcissist about it, it can be intimidating. Number 9, your confidence can be intimidating.
I gotta stretch before this one, otherwise I'm gonna pull a sarcasm muscle. But I have to agree, men find unapologetic and shameless women intimidating. I'm not afraid to admit it, that drip of self-confidence running down their thighs, well, that scares the shit out of me. I know I need to work on it because the future is female and condoms, well, they're patriarchy.
It's true, even the cocky...
Well, that's just fragile masculinity in a nutshell. It's true, even the cockiest of men will second guess themselves before even daring to approach a woman of your caliber. Depends on how much of a cocky asshole he really is. I personally don't find women who are overly confident intimidating. I think it's adorable. You know, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but bro. And at the end of the day, you got to give them props on that. They're not the prettiest, but they still have the confidence like they are the prettiest. And in a way, it's inspiring. And the future is not women, despite what they may say. No, the future is humankind. Let's get that sexist crap out of here. And ladies, if you're one of those crazy women that believes that women are the future and that men need to be subservient, wow. We'll get you a time machine to go back to the 1950s where you belong and see how you like that. And then you'll be like, you know what? I shouldn't do this to men because it makes me no better than the pigs that my great-grandmothers and grandmothers bitched about. Exactly. The future is humankind. And women and men need to stick together in these tough times and help each other out. You know, forget the sex, forget the companionship. Just being a decent person and be like, well, I see you're struggling, so anything I can do to help, you know. A quote from Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars Episode 1. Mom, the biggest problem, he said, is that in this world, nobody helps each other. There's some good degree like that.
Decent men will second guess themselves before even daring to approach a woman of your caliber.
Yeah. You never know. Assuming that all cocky men are going to be the same. Right. I'm starting to see how things are, and it's great. Because here's the thing of it. If men had made this comment, like the ugliest, creepiest motherfucker of a dude made this comment, oh, the reason why women won't date him is because they're intimidated by his confidence. They tell him to, like, hey, bro, you narcissistic looking schmeagle motherfucker, tone it down. If the future appears all women, well, the thing you have to realize is that women have been oppressed for centuries. Like it or not, that's just historically karma biting men in the ass. And if I had a time machine, I'd go back in time and I would eliminate sexism and racism from our society completely. Come back in time and, oh, look at that. We stopped giving a fuck about oppressing someone because of their gender, and we focused our energies on inventing stuff to better humankind. Holy crap, this society is technologically advanced.
And even the ones that do, well, they'll have to pad their masculinity, and they do that by cheating.
Freelance writer from New York, Amanda Chattel, 35, divorced or discovered that her French husband, who was 48, had cheated on her with a 20-year-old woman. Well, that's actually kind of shitty, dude. If you're a woman, you've been married to your husband, you're 35, he's 48. You always told growing up that older gentlemen are more classy, that they know how to treat a woman. And then this sleazebag pulls that crap. Imagine for 1 second if you were a 35-year-old dude dating a 25-year-old chick, and you thought, damn, that's the hottest piece of tail you ever did see. And you were blown away by how lucky you were to have her. And you thought the relationship was going great. And then come to find out, oh, yeah, she's been cheating on you with an 18-year-old. You would be pissed. So in Amanda Chattel's defense, that sucks.
On you with somebody 15 years younger. It's just so toxic. Men need to realize that relationships and pawn shops have the same fundamental problem. Women are the ones who bring the prize to us. They already know what it's worth, so we need to man up and be thankful. Even if it's too...
Yes, exactly. You can't argue with him on that. Yep. We do need to man up and be more thankful. You are too damn right. You know, whenever I see my friends fighting with their other half, I patiently remind them that, at least you have someone. I haven't had a girlfriend in 3 years, so it must be nice to have someone else. And if my friends have been together for a couple years with each other, they kind of look and go, Josh makes a fair point.
Deflated balloons and a beat up coin purse with mystery stains on it. It's priceless to her, so just cut the check and call it even, you sexist pig. Instead, men look at all of that life experience and bedroom practice like miles on a car.
Oh, marriage, huh? Well, best I can do is 7 to 10 minutes.
Dudes, when are you going to grow up and smell the fish and bad decisions? I mean, come on.
Number 10, you need to focus on you first.
Number 10, you need to focus on you first. Ladies and gentlemen, you are absolutely right. You know the age-old saying, happy wife equals a happy life? Well, if she's unhappy with herself, no amount of Mercedes, Gucci bags, or pearl necklaces and diamonds will ever truly make her happy. And the same can be said for men, too. You got to work on yourself before you have to be happy with yourself before you'll be happy with someone else.
There's a group of hateful bigots out there who think exactly like this, but it's totally pathetic when they do it. They just say it because they can't get laid. Am I right?
Before you can share your life with someone, you need to first learn who you are, what you want, and in what direction you're headed. It's not fair to offer only half of yourself to someone when you're still not completely whole.
Before you can share your life with someone else, you first need to know who you are, what you want, and in what direction you're headed. It's not fair to offer only half of yourself to someone when you're still not completely whole. Can I add to that? It's not fair that you offer yourself to someone who doesn't appreciate it.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I want you to cram that hole every Friday and Saturday night until it's full and your cup runneth over. Oh, it's not an inverted windsock. It's a horn of plenty. Oh, God. With that being said, I think I'm going to go puke.
Number 11, you don't really have time to meet people.
Number 11, you really don't have time to meet people. Okay. You cannot expect to meet people if you don't have time to meet them. I mean, that this Amanda Chattel chick that got cheated on, I feel bad for her. The dude was 48 and cheated on her with the chick way younger than she was. That's fucked. And I would not recommend it to anyone. Trust me when I say this. Karma will bite you in the ass for it. And you'll lose a good thing if you have it.
I know, right? You spend 9 hours a day focusing on your career, another 6 hours a day swiping left. That leaves you only 2, maybe 3 hours to actually meet people before you crash out alone with your cats for another 6 to 7 hours. Truly empowered people.
Oh boy. Truly empowered. Oh, this chick. No. Oh boy. I'm not even gonna. Nope.
People know that men just aren't worth.
Like, you got this chick who looks like your stereotypical radical feminazi. She's wearing a shirt that says, "No, honey, you're thinner than me, not prettier." And in her defense, that's fucked when there are people who are like that, right? So, like, you don't want to argue with that because, like, you don't know what heavier set people have to go through with the struggles they have. And then if she wants to have that confidence, go for it, dude. Fuck what anyone thinks.
At that kind of time. So be like them. Go to the special clubs. You know, the one with a hole in the wall, and shake what your mama gave you. That's what I call a meet and greet. How bad can it be? Screen 5.
You didn't even have time to eat lunch today.
You didn't even have time to eat lunch today, let alone set up an online dating profile. In fact, you're not even sure you have time to swipe more than once or twice on Twitter, on Tinder. Who the fuck is this article written for that your life is so busy you can't take, like, you know what I'm saying? It's dumb. Honestly, I don't have any online dating profiles. If I wanted to, I could set one up if I felt like it, but I honestly really go to the bar. Okay, if I'm going to pay to talk to someone face to face, I'd rather be paying for drinks. And then that way I know what I'm getting into before I just decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to make the next move.
Let alone set up an online dating profile.
You mean another one? How many are left? Christian Mingle? Well, that one's full of people who just want loyalty and stuff. Who has time for that? You didn't even have enough time to eat lunch.
In fact, you're not even sure you have time to swipe more than once or twice on Tinder.
You're not even sure. Okay, let's see how long it takes to make a swiping motion with the phone. 1, 2. It literally took 2 seconds. You need to decluster fuck your life. If your life is so fucking hectic and so busy, you can't take 2 seconds to go, nope, swipe.
You know, there's some weirdos out there who actually pay attention who will think that you're contradicting yourself here. You know, you admit you don't have time for a profile, but then you tell us you're swiping left. You're not going to find anyone like that here. I'm just saying.
Number 12, you're too in love with single life.
Okay. Number 12, you definitely contradicted yourself. If you're so in love with single life, you wouldn't be writing articles like, you're a catch, and so why are you single? Pop culture. Okay, pop culture was the person who did the video on it. But if you're so in love with single life, you wouldn't be writing articles on why you're such a catch. So why are you single? Question mark. Fucking out of here, dude. No. If you're so in love with single life, then why bother with writing an article on why you're single. Because Nita thinks she wants the D. Yeah.
What's not to love? Seriously, what's not to love? You get to bang whoever you want. There's no obligations. No one's telling you what to do with your money, and there's no judgments. Well, maybe.
Yeah. Having romantic relations in a relationship that has literally no commitment to it. It's casual, discreet, all that. It's all fun and games until you catch an STI, or until you get a chick pregnant, or until you develop feelings for the person you're fucking with.
You can rack up a body count with every stud between New York and LA. You can enjoy every hill on that emotional roller coaster because maybe they'll come in or maybe they won't.
Men should grow up. Yeah, and dogs should stop licking themselves. It's not going to happen.
When your life is perfect already.
When your life is perfect already, it's hard to want to bring someone else into the mix. While you may want a significant other half, there's the fact that having one will change the life you've made for yourself. There's nothing wrong with change, but it is also something you need to do on your own time. What? Well, obviously, you sense that your life isn't perfect because you don't have someone to be with. Unless you find a significant other half is doing the same things you're doing. Next thing you know, it's like, what? All of a sudden, you don't gotta change a damn thing.
It's hard to want to bring someone else into the mix. While you may want a boyfriend, there's the fact that having one will change the life you've made for yourself. There's nothing wrong with change, but it's also something you need to do on your own time.
But all of that is just part of your completely unique journey. No one has made the types of decisions that you have in the history of the world.
Women are more unhappy despite 40 years of feminism, claims study. Well, one second. And here's a radical thought. The reason why women are unhappy is because despite 40 years of feminism, men have not realized their full potential. So men are going to be unhappy. And when men are unhappy, they're going to lose interest in things like dating. And yeah, this is why we do what we do on YouTube, radicalizing gender relations to the point where people are like, all of a sudden they understand how the opposite sex thinks.
So, how could anyone know exactly what to expect? Anyone who thinks they can see your future is a liar and they don't know what they're talking about. I can guarantee
You really can't see your future because you haven't lived it yet.
you that there's a happy ending waiting for you out there somewhere. And no, not that type of happy ending, you sick bastards. Wink.
You just said, wait,
No, I didn't. Wink.
what, you just did it again.
I know what you're talking about. You are gaslighting, and you need to get over yourself. Bottom line, it's not selfish to exclude people from your life just because you don't want to change your habits. It might sound like it is, but you're just internalizing your misogyny. And again, there is a plethora of woman haters out there who say stuff just like this. And those jokers think they're going their own way. They're just kidding themselves.
Number 13, you're not ready.
Yeah, at least you
Number 13, you're not ready.
admit it.
So why put something you're not 100% about yet?
I mean, to be fair, YouTube, you know, if you're not ready to date, then wait patiently.
I think
And sometimes you can be ready to date, but you're stuck waiting patiently. It just depends on your situation.
what Miss Chattel means to say here is she's not going to be ready until she's pushed her body count somewhere over 100.
About to start with a small tossed salad.
Holy crap. Do you have any idea what it takes to keep up this level of sarcasm for this long? I'm back here working muscles I never knew I had. This is some of the dumbest weapons grade nonsense that I have ever read. And we have made 4 videos about Amy Horton. Holy shit. And coming from an over-tatted pink taxidermist with a selfish streak almost as big as her ego, I shouldn't be surprised. Amanda goes out of her way to say that she studied under a Pulitzer Prize winning poet.
Come on, Pop, it's the current year. Just being in the presence of someone who holds or once held authority, that makes you successful.
Thank you to whoever donated the $10.54 into PayPal. I appreciate it. Go ahead and get back to the video.
As long as you're not afraid to lie, cheat, steal, suck promotions out of kielbasa's, and swallow gallons of bazooka juice, you can do anything. Even become vice president.
Oh, and what did these 12 pearls of wisdom get her in the end? A box of horseshit. She waited for someone to match her awesomeness, right? Then that dude realized he made a mistake. He cut a check against a narcissistic sociopath. So he said, fuck it, went back to the well to draw himself some fresh water. And of course, Amanda is furious and hates his ever-loving guts. But no.
Would you be making this argument if you were the one cheated on? And she might have some narcissistic tendencies. That's her deal. The man blaming was stereotypical as always. That snow bunny's kind of cute, goddamn. But here's the thing of it. At the end of the day, if you were the dude, if like I said, you were dating a chick that was, let's say you were like 35, 40, and you were dating a chick who was 25, and she just decided to cheat on you with a dude who just turned 18, you would be pissed.
Not just because he cheated, it's because he cheated with someone who's 28 years younger than him. Something Amanda Chattel can never pull off unless she ponies up and pays for it. You can be the alpha of the tri-state area, the thief of hearts. But when you're looking at a woman like this, it's more like a hold-up, not a stick-up, Screen 5. With that being said, I have no sympathy for Amanda whatsoever. So I'm going to end this with something your
Sympathy. I see what he did.
ex-husband said to her. I'm done with you. Go away.
This new $69 powerful heater can take you from freezing cold to warm and cooked.
No, funny story. Funny story. I actually go to Ironman. I'm hanging out with a bunch of grunts. We go to a couple bars. They drink their beer like warm, which is cool. It's an
Oh yeah, nitrogen dispensed beer is drink warm.
Yeah, I mean, it's an adjustment.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But even they started laughing when I actually brought up the ditch pigs. Because I remember I'm in there. This is like the third bar. And I remember I'm talking to a couple guys there. I go, where are all the hot redheads with the green eyes and big tits? All I'm seeing was a bunch of ditch pigs. They literally fell out of their stools laughing. They're like, what? The American notice!
Hey, fuck off. That's crazy. That's. I mean, it's like, that is a funny story because he was so offensive with that joke. And yet the joke started because he told it while he was in Ireland. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. God damn it. Sounds like something I'd say to a degree. Hey, we're all the hot chicks with black hair, green eyes, and big tits. Okay, behave. I wouldn't go as far as he went though. Like, what the fuck? What up, Dana? Yeah, I just got done doing a video response. Did he reboot? Nope. I did not hear about that, dude. What happened? Oh, dude, no, no, dude. I gotta look this up. And what about Marilyn Manson? Dude, no. Marilyn Manson breaks his silence on Evan Rachel Wood's abuse allegations. What the fuck? So basically, another Johnny Depp kind of situation. What the fuck, dude? Allegations of Marilyn Manson being abusive. Even Rachel Wood accuses ex Marilyn Manson of abuse. Everything to know. Oh, dude, that's horrible, dude. Dude, that just makes me lose a lot of disrespect for Marilyn Manson, to be honest. If those allegations of him abusing women are true, then fuck him. Piece of shit. No, I lost respect for him, to be honest. That's disgusting. If those allegations are true, fuck that. Bullshit. That's what I'm saying, CJ. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, that troll is full of shit. What's up, peoples? I have the phone on airplane mode at the moment. Thank you for watching the video response. I'll catch you later.